Hey guys, welcome back to Dislyte. I finally got the test server installed and working with the VPNs and all the annoying shit in between on this PC while we're on holidays. So we can finally take a look at Ahmed's skills, but also Stewart. Both of them I think look really nice. I would be rapt to pull either one of these units, and I'll explain why as we go through them. So we'll kick it off with Ahmed. Now, his leader skill is a HP leader skill. It's just flat HP, 30% across the board anywhere you like to use it. So, you know, not too bad. Not like a game-breaking leader skill, not like some of those 35% leader skills that we saw get introduced last patch. But, you know, it's a leader skill. Then we have this one. So his first ability hits 3 times. So as soon as you see hits 3 times, he's a wind attribute. I think he's going to be really strong for Fafnir. If you pull him, I think he's going to be really, really strong for Fafnir. Now, his third ability does reduce cooldowns. So I feel like if you have him, the Fafnir team you build might be a little bit different. You want to prioritize units that second and third skill have the multi-hits, because sometimes, you know, reducing cooldowns on abilities that are single hits or, you know, support abilities can be detrimental to the team. So, you know, that'll be something. If I pull him, I'll do a Fafnir team with him because I think he'll be a fairly easy unit to build a Fafnir team around, but you'll have to have specific units for it. But anyway, attacks the enemy 3 times. Each hit deals damage equal to 15% of attack plus 2% of max HP. So you end up with a 45% attack scaling and 6% max HP scaling. So decent damage if you have him stacked up with the HP, which is what you want to do. I'm tipping for him, most people will have him on speed, HP percent, and that's going to be the standard way to build him with, you know, plenty of speed, substats, not too worried about accuracy, anything like that. So he's going to be fairly simple to build. Then it's got full stop, heals an ally. Heals an ally's HP equal to 4% of the caster's max HP. Now, I don't know on the punctuation of this. The way I read that would be after the 3 hits, there's a single 4% heal. Now, if it's 4% each hit, that's even better, but I don't think it is. We'll have to wait and see. Then let's just jump to his third skill first. So reduces all allies' ability cooldowns by 1 turn and performs a single target heal 10 times. Each heal targets the lowest HP ally, restoring the HP equal to 8% of the caster's HP. Now it doesn't say max HP, so assuming that's going to be current HP or it could be max. Once again, not worded specifically, so don't know. Not affected by cooldown buffs/debuffs, so you can't reduce the cooldown on this ability. Curious to see if Ocean Waves does it, but hey, that is going to be that ability. So you get cooldown reduction and 10 heals, each one healing for 8%. So it's going to be like, I feel like it's going to like just bounce around depending on which ally is lowest at the time, but that's 10 heals. Now, the fact that it does it 10 times is really key when we look at this passive ability. Each time Geb casts a healing ability actively, which I'm pretty sure all of these will be considered actively, and I'm tipping each 10 of every one of these 10 is going to be considered an active heal. He passively heals the ally with the lowest HP. If the target suffers from max HP penalty, restore the target's HP threshold by 5%, clears disease debuffs, and applies 1 stack of supporting song. If the target's HP is below 50%, applies another stack of supporting song. So once again, I'm sorry if I get this wrong, but the way I interpret this is basically every time there's a heal, it will also cast another heal on the lowest HP ally, and grant them a stack of this. Obviously, if they're below 50, it grants another stack. So when he does this one, it's going to bounce around 10 times, and I believe that means he's going to stack this 10 times amongst different allies. And this ability is actually quite nice. Grants 2% of base attack per stack, max 25 stacks. So when we look at some like a maxed out 6-star relic, I believe, you know, if attack is the main stat, it goes to 53. Don't quote me, I don't have it open, but you know, it's basically if you get this to max stacks, it's like having an additional attack relic on a character, which is a really nice buff. And like I said, with this ability, you're going to be stacking quite a bit of attack. I'm curious to try like cheesy teams with him, you know, doing like him and one other unit that just maxes out attack, and I don't know, I feel like you could do some fun stuff like that, but who knows. But basically, he's a really nice support unit, got a ton of healing, and this heal cannot be prevented because when he uses it, he's going to clear the disease debuff, meaning that you're going to land those heals. So he's a very, very reliable healer in that sense because, you know, you're going to be clearing that disease. And also you're getting the attack buff. So I think he's just an amazing all-round healer with cooldown reductions, which is always handy, and he's going to be great in Fafnir, is the way I see him. I would be very happy to pull Ahmed. Now, moving on from that, we have Stewart. Now, I love the look of Stewart. Most specifically, I think he's going to be great in like Hollow Battle and stuff like that. But I think for APEP, he could be quite a savage. So the reason being is he's got 3 single hit abilities. Now, I'm going to jump straight to his third ability because I just want to look at these multipliers. So, deals damage to the target equal to 350% of attack at the cost of 25% of current HP. When landing a critical hit, deals bonus damage equal to 10% of the target's max HP. The amount of extra damage cannot exceed 200% of attack. This attack inflicts sleep on both the caster and the target for 1 turn. Uses soundly dreams to counterattack when the caster is interrupted from sleep. Now, this one. So I'm assuming if he has immunity, he won't fall asleep. But if he doesn't and he falls asleep, when we look at APEP, APEP revenges that often that, you know, APEP's always going to wake him up and then he's going to revenge with this attack. But the thing about this one that really gets me excited is it's a single target, a single attack, but the multiplier on this thing is enormous. It's 350% multiplier base. And then it's also going to deal 10% of the target's max HP, capped at 200%. So if you're hitting that cap of 200%, that becomes a 550% multiplier, which is a huge single target nuke in one hit, which is what you want for APEP. So I think he's going to be a beast. If I pull him, I will definitely try and build some speed APEP teams using him, using Drew just for the defense break, maybe Lin Jiao on my main account if I pull him over there. But I just think he's going to be an absolute beast for creating speed teams because of the damage that I think he's going to be able to deal to APEP in single hits. And then we have this one. Now, this one isn't too bad. It's got 170% multiplier, which isn't horrible. And he will revenge with that if he does get woken up, which is nice extra damage. You build him, I'd probably build him on like a slower damage build. And just make it so that when he does attack, he nukes hard. I'll have to test it out. But that's that one. If the enemy falls below 70%, they are put to sleep. And the sleeping thing is where I'd have him faster and use him in Hollow Battle, and I think he'll be amazing. And then we have his first skill: attacks an enemy once, dealing damage equal to 130% of attack with a 50% chance of inflicting sleep for 1 turn. So, you know, that's just a standard basic ability. But honestly, it's this ability here that really makes me like Stewart, along with his design. His design is cool, but this dude, like a massive multiplier for APEP damage, and then also just a sick ability to use in Hollow Battle when you can put one enemy to sleep. And then if another enemy splash damages or damages him at all, he's going to revenge and most likely put them to sleep when he only has to drop them below 70%. So I think he could be really cool against non-immunity Hollow Battle teams, but also that APEP utility. So that is the 2 new characters. I really do like the look of them both. Ahmed is one that I really want to playtest and see how these abilities actually flow. But in general, I think they're both going to be really solid units and not bad ones to pull because they both have solid positions in certain teams where I think they can really shine. So I love units that have somewhere where I can look at them instantly go, if I pull that unit, I'm going to put them there, and I think they're going to work really well. So that is them. Can't wait for them to drop in the actual game, pop a few summons, and hopefully get them. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Hope you have an awesome day, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Cheers.